Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do something a little different and a little more, I guess, outside of the box. I don't know. But this video is going to be me trying out two different powders, two different setting powders underneath of my eye. One is a high-end powder and one is a drugstore powder. The two products I'm going to be trying out and comparing against each other. The high-end powder is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and the drugstore is the Maybelline Master Fix Setting Powder. They're both white, loose, translucent setting powders for underneath of the eyes. They both claim to have a brightening effect underneath of the eyes. I've heard good and bad about both. I've been using the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for, oh my gosh, I want to say years. And sometimes I will use it by itself with the concealer just to set the concealer. A lot of times I'll use it at first to set it and then put like a powder foundation over it. I've used this one time and I was pretty impressed. So I wanted to compare the two and see if one is better than the other. Why not? Let's do it. So I did already prime my skin. I think I used my typical suspects if you watch my channel. And then I did already put my foundation on, and I used my trusty L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. Yeah. And I did, just as usual, pounce it on my skin with the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I'm just going to dinner tonight, so I figured it'd be a good time to just go ahead and do a wear test on both and see what happens. If there's a lot of creasing with one and not the other, if one gets cakier than the other, if they both just blow my mind, I don't know. I'm excited. I've never done this on my channel. So since I already got my foundation on, I'm going to use two concealers. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape and the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer and pounce it in. I always get shit in my hair. Okay, so for this side of my face, underneath of my eye, I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Fix. And I've seen a lot of people just dipping their sponge right in the product and setting it that way. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap out any creasing and then dip my sponge in there and set. So there's that side. I'm gonna take the other end of the Real Tech. Oh, I got it all over me. All over me. I'm gonna take the other side and just tap out. I'm gonna get my Laura Mercier and do the same thing. Just use the other side, tap this out, and set. A lot of people said this dupe was not just for the Laura Mercier, it was for like the Makeup Forever, something Makeup Forever powder. So, yeah, I don't know. Now you can tell, ooh baby, you can tell this had a huge like brightening effect, which is what it's supposed to do. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, and that is so cheesy. Like it's so cheesy. I don't even know why I do that. So now the rest of my makeup is done, and so far I think it looks good. I don't know how it's coming off on camera, but in person, they look a lot alike. So, however, I did hear that with the Maybelline Master Fix powder that it tends to give a lot of flashback. So I did not set the rest of my face with it, but really here I just wanted to test out to see how it sets under the eyes, because if this is going to be a drugstore dupe for a high-end under eye setting powder, like, I think that's huge. I think that's like a big deal, like in my book, because that is my problem area when it comes to makeup. I think it's a lot of people's problem area when it comes to creasing and cakey and trying to find a good powder to use underneath of the eye. So it is 4:30. I put this on, let's say about 15 minutes ago, so about 4:15 in the afternoon. I'm going to go to dinner and then get home and get back on camera. I am not going to do any touch-ups underneath of my eyes. I'm just gonna wear it as is and see what happens. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best, because I really want this to work out, because the price difference is on a different spectrum. So let's hope for the best and see what happens. Okay, so I am back. It is now currently 10:37 at night. So I had put the powder under my eyes around 4:15. So I've had a decent number of wear time in my opinion. And I must say, I am impressed. So other than being a little oily just because I'm an oil grease ball, I mainly want to concentrate on the under eye area. So this was the under eye that had the Maybelline powder, and this eye had the Laura Mercier powder. And in my honest opinion, they are not hardly any different at all. Like at all. I mean, honestly, I think that they both have the same amount of creasing. There's no cakiness with either one of them. And I don't know, I think I like the coverage of the Maybelline powder a tad bit more. I feel like the Laura Mercier is just so finely milled. It's hardly any coverage at all. So it's just, its purpose is to set and brighten, which it does that. But I felt like anytime I looked in the mirror, anytime that I'm so tired, or anytime that like I busted out my phone tonight and like was gonna take a picture or whatnot, that this eye just looked a little bit better. I don't know, it could be just lighting, it could be that I'm just seeing shit. I don't know. But to actually compare the two side by side, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know a damn bit of difference. You really wouldn't. So that just goes to prove a point and to show you that high-end isn't always like the better choice or the better option. Drugstore has really stepped up their game. Drugstore makeup has even stepped up since I did my drugstore tutorial like 5 months ago, because I felt like even 5 months ago I couldn't go to the drugstore and find like hardly anything. I don't know, it was right before the drugstore game happened and all the drugstore brands launched all their new stuff. So it's really the whole drugstore game has changed, and I approve and I love it. And I think this powder is awesome, and I think it's going to be used a lot. I'm really excited to do another drugstore tutorial and use all the new stuff that I've gotten over the past couple of months. So here's proof, here it is, no touch-ups, from 4:15 to 10:30 at night. So we're going on almost 6.5 hours here. And here it is. And I use the Maybelline Shine Free powder for the rest of my face. So that was the other powder that I was using. I think I do have some shineage going on in the places that I don't really want the shine, but that's a different video, right? We're just concentrating underneath of the eyes for this video. I loved doing this. I'm definitely going to do more of these, and I hope you liked it too. So I'm going to go to bed because I had a couple of drinks, had a big old dinner, and I am wore out. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it as always. And I will see you on my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.